Hello everyone and welcome back to Pepple's Potager. Today is July 5th, 2020, and this update is just going to be on the squash and zucchini and the tomatoes and peppers I've been growing. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, this is my 4x4 bed that I've been growing my squash and zucchini in, and as you can see, the plants have gotten really tall. They're really taken off, and it's been really warm here over the past week. In the mid-90s. I've been watering them every day, and I've been picking lots and lots of zucchini and squash off of these. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the plants here. This is the Tempest squash. This is kind of like a crookneck squash, so it doesn't get very big, but it's gotten weighed down a lot with a lot of squash there. I've already pulled 4 or 5 off of just this one plant, and you can see there's at least 4 or 5 on there right now. And it got so heavy, the vine almost snapped over the edge of the bed there, but it still kept growing and is very resilient. It's practically over in the tomato bed there, so doing very well. And then we're going to move over here. We'll take a look at this plant. This is the Zephyr squash. This is a straight neck squash with a green tip on it, and this plant isn't doing quite as well because I planted these seeds late. We had a cold snap there at the beginning of May, and some of my seeds just didn't germinate, and I had to replant the Zephyr squash and one plant of the Tempest squash. So this one's having trouble keeping up with the others, but here is the other Tempest squash plant that I'm growing here, and you can see it's doing quite well, doing very good. And then my Dunjaw zucchini, you can see I've picked quite a few of the Dunjaw zucchini already. I've probably picked 4 or 5 of them already, so that's doing very well. And the plants are pretty much healthy. I do not see any powdery mildew on these right now. These are all powdery mildew resistant varieties I'm growing here, so doing very well for me. I did see a few squash bugs starting to show up here or there, so I might have to spray my plants down with something. I did see the squash borer moth flying around here recently too, so I don't know how much longer these plants will last, but I will definitely get a lot off of these. Usually I'll let the squash borers kill my plants, and then I'll replant for a fall harvest. So we'll see how long these last until the squash borers hit them, but so far they are doing very, very well. Can't complain. Lots and lots of squash off of these. Let's go ahead and walk around here to the tomato bed. And as you can see here, the Brandywine red tomatoes are doing very, very well. Not a lot of pest problems right now. I did see a few aphids here or there, so I might have to spray them here before too long. I usually spray neem oil or some dish soap or something on them, so I need to keep an eye on them, make sure it doesn't get too bad. But for the most part, not a lot of aphids. But the plants, you can see lots of tomatoes. Some right there, another big cluster of Brandywine red tomatoes there, and I really can't wait to try these because I've never tried the Brandywine reds. I've tried the pink before, and I've tried some Brandy Boy tomatoes, but these I have never tried. And as you can see, the plants are doing very, very well. This one here in the middle is probably 3/4 the way up the trellis, so almost to the top. Won't be too much longer, it'll be all the way to the top. And then moving on down here, I do have the Cherokee purples. You can see they are doing very well. Some nice clusters of tomatoes here. Some right here. Just looking great. And then let's take a look at the back side too, because I have tomatoes on both sides of the trellis here. Let's see. See some nice large tomatoes there. Some more Cherokee purple down here. There's some really big Brandywine tomatoes right there. So tomato plants on both sides doing very, very well. And as you can see, I finally did plant some pepper plants. I got 3 pepper plants on this side, and I got 4 on the other side over here. And these are all California Wonder peppers and One of them is called a lightning pepper, which is a banana pepper. It's supposed to be somewhat spicy. And I also have a few basil plants growing here. I have some purple basil. I have a pepper plant here, then another type of basil here, then another pepper plant, then another purple basil here. And you can see I kind of staggered my plants here. And everything's looking very well. So I can't wait to get to harvesting some of these Brandywines. And as far as growing my tomato plants, you can see I usually one stem them. I grow them 1 per square foot on one stem, all the way straight up the trellis until they reach the top. And that's how I do it. That's all I have for now. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.